it should be
Oh,
red.
yeah, we're good.
Okay. All right, so we're going to try to share one whole. If this is one whole, how can we share it equally between 3 groups? So what I'm going to think about right now is how many tenths fit on the whole, because I know I have to break this apart. So I know that I can fit 10 tenths. 1 tenth, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 4 tenths, 5 tenths, 6 tenths, 7 tenths, 8 tenths, 9 tenths, 10 tenths fit on the whole. So I'm ready to trade that in. And now I have to think about how I'm going to share these tenths equally on the 3 groups. So I know I can start by giving it everybody at least 2. And since I have some more left, oh, looks like I can give every group 3 tenths. Then I have 1 tenth left over. So now I have to think about how many hundredths are equivalent to 1 tenth. So I know that's 10 also. 1 hundredth, 2 hundredths, 3 hundredths, 4 hundredths, 5 hundredths, 6 hundredths, 7 hundredths, 8 hundredths, 9 hundredths, 10 hundredths. Okay, so I can trade that tenth in for 10 hundredths. So I'm going to try giving 3 hundredths to every group since I was able to do that with the tenths. Oh my goodness, I'm having the same problem. I have 1 hundredth left over. So now I really have to think about how many thousandths equal this hundredth. That's 10 also. Since there's a pattern here with 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 thousandths. And again, I can give 3 thousandths to every group. Same problem. I'm seeing a pattern here. Every time I break it apart, I can give 3 to each group, but then I'm left with one piece left over. And I bet if I were to be able to break this thousandths down into 10 thousandths, I could put that 10 thousandths actually. I would be able to put 3 of those little tiny slivers on here and still have a sliver. So this is why we have a repeating decimal. And that repeating decimal looks like this. We have 0 wholes. We have 3 tenths. We have 3 hundredths. We have 3 thousandths, but I know it's going to keep going. I'm going to be able to break that apart again and again. So this little line is the repeating decimal. So I'm wondering if we should do the mat.
Okay.
Okay. So I want to try to show 1/3 on my grid paper. So I see here that I can shade in 3 tenths. 1, 2, 3. I can also shade in 3 hundredths. 1, 2, 3. And then in order to show those 3 thousandths, I just make very tiny little marks. 1, 2, 3. So that it looks like about 1/3 of that hundredth space. So I can show it right here. There is 1/3. And it's equal to 33 hundredths repeating. If I wanted to show 2/3, I could think about how many I have here. So I like to do it like this, where I show 1 tenth, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, my 3 hundredths, and that 1/3 of a hundredth right there. And then I do it on the other side too. 1 tenth, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 1, 2, 3, and 1/3 of a hundredth. And now I can really show how much 2/3 is worth. So if I wanted to count this, I would count it like this. I would start with my tenths. I'm going to use my blocks to really prove it, to see if my picture and my blocks really match. So I have 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10. So 2/3 is equal to 0 wholes, 6/10. Now I'm going to count my hundredths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, I remember this pattern. And I had 3 thousandths over here, and 3 thousandths over here make 6 thousandths. So this is 666 thousandths repeating.
You hold that up. Hold it.
So that's my model.